very nice weekend. We had a beautiful alt pump, and the BTC is still floating around 115K. Now, are we going to get some kind of bullish pullback leading into this FOMC this week? If we are, I've got some entries for you. Okay, let's go. Remember, as always, hit that like, hit the bell, and hit the subscribe. And it's Monday, which means I've got Chaos in the house. Hello, sir. Welcome to the party. Bullish or bearish today, sir?
Feeling like a little bit of a pullback for the next bullish leg.
There you go. So I'm going to give you guys a clue. Chaos is, are you in the short already?
The short that we just spoke about 15 seconds ago.
Okay, not that one.
Okay.
Okay, he's got a short coming. Okay,
I've got two shorts.
Hang around. Okay, he's got two shorts coming. Okay, I hope he's wearing shorts today. Mr. 𝗵𝗆 in black, looking good, looking sexy on a Monday. How are you feeling?
Quite 𝗵𝗆 at the moment, actually. I was telling Chaos just before the show, everybody knows there's a CME gap. It's at 111. We're going to wait for our entries. I don't see it happening because everybody's calling it. It's everybody on Twitter is 111 is my entry.
It's boring. It's too boring, guys. It's like when everyone gets onto the CME gap, like it's boring. Like we got to find something else. They're going to front run the shit out of this thing. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's go through it. And obviously, there's a chance we're going to hit the CME gap. We just don't have to hit it. We don't have to hit it this week. We can come back and hit it another time when they are absolutely obliterating us. Now we're talking about virtual today, plus 18%. It is still going. This thing is absolutely burning. Can somebody tell me WTFX402? Okay, we're going to talk about that. I've got a tweet telling you about 402. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. But anyway, all these AI agents are loving it at the moment. So virtual is obviously enjoying the moment. I see this Trump token plus 6%. That thing hit a big level and started falling over, which was one of Chaos's shorts. But the problem is it's already fallen over. So we're going to have to look at that carefully before we enter into anything. Okay, so don't push buttons just yet. Wait for us. We will tell you exactly what to do. Okay, let's go. Let's jump into Bitcoin. Let's see where we are at the moment. And I look at this. I made a beautiful pink square for the CME gap, James. And we've got everyone covered now for the beautiful CME gap, which is there waiting for you guys. So let's just talk about what is going on. And I've highlighted a couple of things. So a couple of stinkers here for me. The weekend low from 2 weekends ago never got hit. They front ran that area. Our weekend low from this past weekend, which is, what is that sitting at? 110,600. If they just coming to close the CME gap, for example, that is going to get front run a little bit as well. And then in terms of some important levels here, I've highlighted this, our local bull zone. So now why have I highlighted that, the local bull zone? I've taken this dip from the 22nd of October and I'm running the VWAPs, I'm running the FIBs, and we got quite a nice bit of tie in here, including the CME gap. So in terms of important things happening for me right now on Bitcoin, we can see we've got bearish divergence on the 2 hour. But in saying that, Bitcoin's actually held up really nicely relative to some else. If you're trading else at the moment, you probably find you're a few percent down. You're probably 3-4% down on some of your altcoins. Bitcoin is holding relatively well. So what we want to see typically here on the 2 hour is this thing just keep going. Okay, we've already done about half of this today. So maybe in the next, say, 4 to 6 hours, we should be getting somewhere there, and we should be getting a little picture as to what comes next with this 2 hour oscillator. Now, what we want to do is try and figure out where this 2 hour oscillator is going to give us some kind of reaction. So number one, first zone for me, 114K. This is definitely your degen bounce zone. Okay, this is for the guys that like extreme risk takers. If you want to have a go, 114K. You've got your 50-day MA there. You do have some horizontal, and it's your typical bullish 236 FIB. So if you want to have a crack there, 114K, that looks okay to me. Then if we start dropping lower, what levels make sense to me? And believe it or not, the bottom of the CME gap actually ties in really nicely to the VWAP at the moment, the horizontals and the 0.5. So it all forms part of this bull zone that I've highlighted here for you guys between 112,600 and 111,400. Okay, so watch that area here. That for me will be the typical 2 hour reset. And you might find something like that 2 hour oscillator gets relatively close to bottoming out, and then that final little dip is the one that drops you down into a VWAP. Just when you think the sell-off is done, they drop you one more time, and they're going to print you some kind of bullish divergence or something like that on the oscillator. And that, for me, could tie in really nicely to these 111K lows. Okay, so it is a possibility on the table, but there's no rule that says it has to get filled this week. We know, like, I don't know, 99% of the time these CME gaps do get filled, but it doesn't have to be tomorrow. But look, it would be nice to get it out the way, I suppose. Giovanni says, any chart on gold, boss? Are we good to short the hell of it? I mean, do you really want to have that discussion with me at the moment while I walk around with this giant-sized head? Because
right. Big balls.
I'm still short gold. Okay, so of course we're going to talk about that. I'm just enjoying it. It's just a patient trade, and it finally did eventually pay off for us. So we're going to talk. Oh, sorry, sir.
No, I said it worked. Yeah, well, everybody was laughing at you. Yeah, you kept trying there and finally caught that top.
Finally, guys. Okay, we're talking about it now. Okay, let's go and let's get the news out. Let's see what is going on here. And Giovanni, we're gonna sort you out here, sir. Okay. So those are the Bitcoin downside levels. Let's just finish upside. Now, one of the big ones for me, the 618. Look at that. We pinged our 618, 116,500. So we know this is our rejection zone. We know this is our resistance area, and that makes a lot of sense that BTC rejects there. If there is another pop in the market between today and tomorrow, but let's say we don't go down to these levels and the market just explodes later on today, what do you need to look out for? Well, this is the big one here for me, guys. 119,500 to 121K. That is going to be your next major short zone for BTC. And I'm inclined to think that leading into this FOMC, if we get 120 before Wednesday, for example, like, that's going to be a big short area. I can't see the market, pumping straight into the FOMC and then continuing to pump. So it's definitely going to be one to watch. 116.5, that's our current resistance. And then we got the big one, 119,500 to 121K. That is the big danger zone. Okay, so all these charts, they go into the Chart Hackers Discord directly after the show for you. Everything you see here, including Chaos's chart, and a couple of shorts and things like that, that is going in there for you. And you can obviously find this man all day long in the Chart Hackers Discord doing his thing. Okay, let's go. Let's get into the news, and then let's see what's cracking now. Who's scared? Nobody's scared anymore. 51. Okay, fear and greed, just like that. Bang. We're all over it now. Everyone's bullish again. And we're October, guys. Exactly. Look at this. October is green. I'm actually in shock at the moment. We're 1% up for October, and statistically, no matter how disgusting it has been, even if October finishes 0.5% or 0.1% up, like, it's just going to fill the green block here, and it's going to improve the stats for next October. Okay, so best we enjoy the next October when it comes around. And Kijo's dad says they can't scare us anymore. I agree. These guys can't do jack shit at the moment. Now, guys, before I get into all the news and stuff, I want to remind you, all the indicators that you see on the show, they are finally available for you guys to buy it. Remember, you always had to go into the accelerator course to get the indicators. Well, here they are. We've bundled them together for you. We've called it the Chart Hackers Essentials, and there's two ways you can get it. Number one, you can buy it through the link in the show description. So you go into the show description, you click on more, and you'll find it there. Number two, if you are a Chart Hackers member, don't buy it here off the show. Buy it in the Chart Hackers discount, because you can buy it in the Chart Hackers Discord, because you're going to get it for a discount. It's going to be $49. Okay, so Chart Hackers members, do not buy on the show link. Buy in the link in the Discord. It's in the links and referrals there for you guys. Okay. And you can see the things we have, and it's pretty much everything that the whole team uses. We've even got Spaceman in there. We've got the Orb. We got Trendy. We got POC. That is on its way as well. So you pretty much well covered there in terms of the indicators. All right. And let's talk a couple of lickies here. Let's see what is going on. 414 million. James, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about 414? Ramping it up.
I like it.
He likes it, guys.
We can do better. Wednesday we'll do better. I have a feeling.
God, Wednesday is going to be so dirty. I reckon Wednesday we hit a Billy. Chaos.
Yeah.
Billy on Wednesday.
One Billy.
1 billion on Wednesday. Like, it's got to be. They're going to wreck the longs. They're going to wreck the shorts. They're going to, everyone's going to get smashed. Okay. Let's talk about 100x long, 100x leverage, cross margin, no stop loss. Be honest. Some of us do this. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Yep.
That was everybody on Saturday.
That was us on the weekend. Yeah. Like that. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. Okay, not every time, but what I did today was I started warming up for the US Open, getting ready to lose some money here. Let's see, getting pumped. Is this your routine as well?
Not quite.
I mean, I like his espresso routine there. Was he drinking espresso?
I'm not sure what that is. Maybe.
Well, there we go. He's ready pumped. Okay, so guys, who's ready to get pumped there? He's got his watches on. I mean, this guy. Okay, what's the news? Why did the market pump? Well, basically this weekend, they dropped the news that the US and China are pretty much getting, let's call it, agreeable on a couple of points out there. And the crypto market obviously loved that news, and things started going very nicely. Okay, so investors are waking up to huge news from China. A trade deal is coming. You can read this whole thing. I'm not going to read it to you. I'm sure you guys can all read. But basically, things are looking very good. Market loves it. S&P loves it. Gold hates it. Going down. All sorts of exciting things happening there in the market. Now, the NASDAQ, now we track, obviously, the S&P most of the time on the show. But I thought this was quite good. The NASDAQ is on track to be up 7 months in a row. Here's what the NASDAQ did next after similar rallies. Now, if we take a look at this chart here, let's see what happens. You know, in all these years, 25, 2017, 2009, 23, and 1995. Look at these things. So 1 month later, okay, it was just a tiny percent down, like 2-3%, whatever. And then it's like up only. Look what happened here in 25. 8 months later, 20% up. 10 months later, 30% up. So things are like not necessarily bearish for a year after seeing that, unless you're living in 1986 or whatever the situation is. So a little bit of bull source there. Obviously, we do have QT coming to an end, rate cuts probably coming through as well. So there's a couple of catalysts along the way that can obviously help things. And let's start with this coming Wednesday. Okay, can you get a more volatile day? We've got earnings for Microsoft, Google, Meta, Apple, Amazon. Okay, now if that is not like a regular, like Microsoft, Google, Meta on a Wednesday, if that is not volatile enough for the markets, like in terms of sentiment, we're throwing in the FOMC. Okay, and that is going to be special. Okay, so we're in for a wild day. And what
Max
I know,
volatility. And if Jamie Dimon's right, a formal announcement that QT's done, and that's the bigger thing. Everyone knows a rate cut's coming. Now, if he comes out with a surprise 0.5 cut, fuck me, long everything, full port, that would be insane. But I don't think so. 0.25 is what we know is coming.
What the market is going to do, probably try and price in an announcement about QT. And if it is pumping, guys, just remember the rules. Let's just remind everyone the rules. Typically, not every single time, but the basic rule to follow is pump into an event like this, look for sells, dump into an event like this, look for buys. As simple as that. And if the market is pricing in an announcement on QT and they get to it, and number one, he doesn't do it, we dump. And number two, if he does do it, we also probably have some kind of pullback once they have priced it in. Okay, so just remember that. Watch Powell tell us he's waiting for data. Yeah, more than likely. He'll tell us something funny, I'm sure. But in terms of this, and we've got the Banter Royale is going to go again. Okay, so I'm probably going to host the Banter Royale on Wednesday. So Uncle is going to stream the FOMC, and we're going to get 4 traders. And we're gonna trade live with these degens for the Banter Royale while this FOMC is happening. So it could be quite fun on Wednesday night. Okay, something to look forward to, and hopefully it will be on the Chart Hackers channel. We'll have a little bit of action there for these things. Okay, let's get into a couple of fun things. Who longed the top with me on the S&P? James, did you have the kahunas to long the top of the S&P with me? It wasn't big. To be fair, it was a small little position.
I did not touch that.
I really enjoyed that. Okay, so we longed the top of the S&P on Friday. That's obviously worked out quite nicely. We've now gapped higher.
Did you close it this morning?
No, we must round trip it and go back to zero.
Okay,
yeah, no, we must do the full round trip and get a stop. What do you mean?
I like
Okay, so we'll talk about it now. S&P, nice along the top, guys. Main support is 6768. Okay, at the moment, let's watch that. Then we've got earnings. Microsoft, this could be a good one. Big earnings coming. These are the ranges, or this is the range that we can play in. This is the action, that we can possibly see here on Microsoft. Upside, downside. So if we start bleeding out, we can look for a couple of longs in this region, 518 down to about 515. If we do gap up and we pump into those all-time highs, 555, possible short coming over there as well. Okay, so these are the two options here. We're going to watch Microsoft. We got earnings coming just around the corner. Same thing with Meta. Couple of zones to play with here for us. Look at this. We've got a beautiful high. If we pump into this high leading into Wednesday, possible short over there. That could be an absolute banger. And if we start bleeding, well, we've got a couple of zones here. We can look for longs round about that earnings time. Okay, so we're going to track it this week. And Mia, please don't be late for class. Okay, it's very important. Yes.
How about AMD? Because there was an announcement just before the show that billion-dollar investment from the U.S. government to build out a supercomputer. They're trying to get on this compute power necessary for the AI revolution here.
We'll have to take a look at that chart. We're not going to do it now. I haven't prepped it, guys, unfortunately, but I remember not too long ago that thing was exploding. So I'm sure it's an absolute mess at the moment, that chart. Okay, so we'll look at that one. Let's get it tomorrow. Let's get it out now. Let's talk about the current situation. Oh, hating this gold. Absolutely hating the gold short at the moment. Netflix, guys, still under pressure here. We at the extremes of the cut zone, and this thing literally needs to bounce now. Cut it off. Circle the trade from Friday. That is nice and green. No reason to do anything with that one just yet. We're going to leave that here. And fuck it. Let's close our S&P long. There we go. Okay, S&P long the top, little scalpy.
Where's the round trip? What the hell?
We're done. I'd rather just round trip on circle.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll leave that there. Netflix, it's got to bounce. Okay, this is it. It's got to fucking bounce here. Okay, otherwise, Netflix, we're probably buying at 1,020, give or take. Okay, we got the higher confluence zone lower down there. We got our VWAP from the lows. We got big horizontals. We got some fibbage in this area as well. Okay, so that is going to be the next level there on Netflix. So let's see how that plays out. But right now, obviously, under a little bit of pressure. And I don't know if this is fair, okay? And I just don't know if this is fair because gold has actually outperformed and really
leadership was doing this last week. So
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, anyway, I think actually gold's the winner over the last while. I mean, it's been really a good performer. But now going to zero. So, if anybody wants to rewatch that clip on me bitching about gold, I'm sure it's sitting around somewhere. But anyway, nice to see the big move, the big rejection. And now we got to just see, we got to decide rationally what's a big move. Like I was saying, 10% is quite a big swing for gold. And we're pretty much getting to the extremes now of the play that I wanted. I mean, I think anything much more than about 10% is me just getting a little bit greedy. But I do like that we have lost that horizontal here and, a nice little ascend into the lows on the oscillator could give us that final capitulation and that little bounce off 3.7, which is a nice little area.
Are you holding until that low?
James, I actually don't know. I actually don't know. I've got my 10%, which is kind of what we wanted. I reckon there's going to be de-risking into FOMC. Let's close it. Bang, done.
There it is. Nice bragging rights.
There we go. Okay, gold is done. We finished with gold. Let it do what it needs to do. The next trade is going to be a long or a short. We'll figure it out. Okay, let it do what it does. When this thing drops down into the daily lows on the oscillator, we're going to have a conversation about gold. We're going to possibly catch a little swing, and that might be off the back of the S&P pumping and crypto pumping, and then it's going to be time for a rotation back into gold. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, so we'll leave that there for now. We can always come back later. Okay, Bitcoin higher time frame, guys. Just remember big levels here. No real changes. 118 on this macro chart is a big one. 121 is a big one on the macro chart. And obviously notable for you guys, 50-day 100 AMA, 0.5 fib, 115K. Okay, that is what we're looking at the moment. These are your macro rejection zones. If you look at that, it's difficult to be super bullish. You know, if you look at it like this, it's like, this is just your range high, that's just your range low, and you know, maybe we're just going to get something along these lines. Like that is obviously on the table here for us. Okay, Scotty Mac, thank you, sir. Yeah, I think, you know what, it's actually nice. Close a trade, you know, buy the wife a handbag, do what you need to do. There we go. There we go. There we go. We don't have to get married to all of them. Okay. Okay, guys, there you go. And now let's get into the action. I want to get into alts quite quickly. Chaos, how's our short looking on what did we call that thing?
Trump?
No, the other one.
BCH. Trump's at a really good place.
Bitcoin.
Trump's at a really good place though, right now. If you want to look at it.
Let's go. Guys, what we want to do, we're going to talk these alts, but RSI heat map, we've been using that a lot, okay? And Chaos jumped into this one earlier, and he picked up BCH and Trump as possible victims today. So let's let Chaos take the wheel, and let's see if he can give us a couple of options here. Now, look, in a perfect world, you don't want to take both, okay? So let's let him show you both, and then we'll make a call, and or you guys make a call. You take whichever ones you want. Okay. Whew. This is looking interesting.
Good. Sounds good. Just really quickly, I'm having internet problems again. This country, bro. If it drops, I apologize. But let's crack on. The show must crack on. So, guys, the show must crack on. So, straight out of the heat map, guys. Okay, BCH and Trump, very, very top. So, obviously, I've charted BCH and Trump, and this is such a powerful tool. So, Trump at this point, we've obviously got an area of resistance from previous here. Do understand where we've come from. We've come from quite a long way up, and Trump is something. I'm not going to say the word live because we might get cancelled, and his token's even more of a something. So just take this one with a pinch of salt. Okay, what you're looking at is all the VWAPs pulled from various locations, highs and lows are below. We've got our points of control below. We've got our quantum reactor below. All of the candles action is below. All the order blocks are below. And what we've got here is a pump into resistance, and it's a very, very easy trade for me to take. Grab your short tool, place it somewhere in line with this. Look, we've actually just popped above it, so we'll find out if this is a wick or if this is a false move. Okay, we'll find out in a couple of minutes, I'm sure. But in the meantime, grab your short tool, see where this wick leaves either a wick or the body carries on. If the body carries on, it's invalidated. If this is just a wick and we pump back down and this is just designed to take out the stop losses from here, then drop your short tool there, bring yourself the stop loss, and you're literally targeting back down at these areas here. So there's not a lot more to say on this apart from it's pumping right now. Don't ape in this immediate second. Just watch this candle and see what happens, because if you look where we come from, this is a long, long way up, guys. Okay, so if for some bizarre reason something's happened with Trump and we don't know what it is yet, and we start gathering all of these imbalances and gaining them back, I mean, that's a seriously licky's move. So let's watch these candles. Just let them print out. Bring up the 30-minute chart on your exchange or on your trading view. Wait until this settles down. This either gives a wick, this gives an area of like a shelf of resistance, or if it just breaks through and then the trade's invalidated. So don't ape yet. Wait for this. Okay, wait for that, and then get it on the retest. Or if you get that, just don't take the trade because it's not going to play out for you. So let's watch this. I think by the end of the show, Dylan, we'll have our answer.
We'll know what's going on. Yeah, small position, big move. Don't be a hero here, guys. Small position. Remember, if these things fall over, you get like 20-30% pretty quickly. If they go against you, you get rinsed 10-15% pretty quickly. So small position here. Don't be a hero. If it's not right, just start cutting. And you can see your exit play there. Let's go BCH. What are we looking at there?
BCH, obviously a lot less of a dick token. It's a much older token. It's very well established. It's a dinosaur token. What we've got here, guys, is a very, very strong area of resistance. We have our money flow point of control. We have a quantum reactor, which is essentially a resistance band. Okay, we've also got this order block here, guys, all right, or kill zone block, as we now seem to have renamed them. This whole area here is very, very bearish. It's a much more bearish area in this order block. Look out, that's the bullish part and that's the bearish part. So there is an awful lot of bear source with this one. So if we get a pump here, this is a huge point to then react to the downside. And if you look on our oscillator just below here, this is the first, if I just delete that, this is the first inkling of a dip. And you just need to look left, look at the color change. We had a small pump into the order block and then a massive rejection. Okay, if you look left again, we had a small pump into this order block and then we had a massive rejection. So what we might get is a small pump into this order block. Your entry wants to be around 575 to 580. Okay, and you're literally
loading it now. 575.
575
short, yeah. 575.
500x. Don't be silly, man.
500x. Okay, done. Okay, I'm setting my order on Blofin as we speak. Okay, so 575. And Rajan says he only trusts Jeff. Like, but Jeff, Jeff let us down last week. Jeff nailed it 2 weeks ago. Last week he actually let us down. He's got a chance to make up for it. So here I am in Blofin. There, 575. Chaos set my short, and I actually forgot I had an H-bar long from the live trading this weekend. That thing is still alive, and we'll see how that one goes. Okay, so 575 to 580 is going to be our sell area. What's our exit plan here on BCH? Where do we get out if we're getting rinsed?
There's a whole lot of wicks here, so look, let's just zoom right in so that everybody watching can see. Okay, so look, if we just grab our, what's that called?
James, zip it, bro.
What's up, James?
Flying.
What's up?
It's flying.
Like,
how's that short?
Don't talk shit. Is it flying?
No, it is. There's news again today. Yeah.
What's flying?
It's going opposite of the market.
No, I'm gonna get fucking liquidated.
XRP. Lecky's time.
I'm gonna get liquidated. Hold on, I'm gonna get liquidated.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Should I carry on talking? Are you checking your own shape?
No, carry on talking. No, I'm not getting liquidated, James.
James is getting excited, man.
Yeah, it's just pumped to the highs. Okay, so what's up my exit plan here? Where do I exit?
Listen, it's hard to say because there is a big range. Let's just take that box to these wicks. You have actually got...
I'm going to get liquidated now on XRP. I think I might have to fucking long the top of this thing to save my ass. Where's my exit zone? I need an exit here. I need a TP. I mean, I need a stop loss. Where are we exiting here?
I'm looking. It's a hard one to call.
This pumping in the back. Okay, give me work out a exit plan there. Work out a stop loss there. Okay, let me know because I've locked in my order. So just let me know where we're exiting. Guys, let's talk about getting liquidated on XRP. There's my short, and now this thing's fucking rocket launching me. James is like fist pumping in the air. I don't know if I like that attitude, sir. I mean, this thing is fucking off. Okay, so we're gonna watch this. It's 30 minutes. It's the 30-minute candle. James, I'm sure you're enjoying this. Okay, what have I got going on? Okay, I've got Say from, I think, Say was from Saturday live trading. 𝗏𝗏 is from today. It dropped into the bull zone. I've been sort of growing a little position there. Fartcoin from today. It hit the local bull zone in the charts that I dropped in Chart Hackers. Sui short from this morning. ETH short as well at resistance. Virtual short as well at resistance. Pump head short as well at resistance. ENA long. That thing's been pretty good to me. What else we got? Sol. I got a 47k Sol short here. Okay, still prepping for a little bit lower on Sol. Hype's been really good to me. Virtual long's been good. Pump long's been good. What else we got here? ETH long trying to grow the size. And my Sui long, one of the orders that I set in the Chart Hackers Sunday stream has actually picked up. So now it's $78,000 long at the moment for Sui. I've got one more order lower down. Let me show you guys where this thing is. I had to adjust them slightly because we had a little pump here. So I've got one more order waiting here for me on Sui at 2.52. Okay, so I'm trying to build the Sui position, not trying to rush out of this thing, and was hoping for a little bit of weakness now leading into, later on today or tomorrow so we can get some kind of pump here. And then Bitcoin short, obviously expecting a little bit of downside on Bitcoin. I've been chopped around short, long, and I'm actually down on the short a little bit here. But we 95k short on BTC. Let's see. Hopefully they don't explode us to 100 and what, and really send me to the grave later on today. Okay, Chaos, where's our stop loss for BCH?
I'm thinking around 595 because it's above the POC. It's above the QR. The only problem I've got with that is those wicks to the left on the 10th of October. If we
Okay,
start,
we'll go 595. Okay.
all right. I think if you start going any higher, you're going to be above 615, and that's a big stop loss. So rather cut it now and take the trade further up if that's what's needed.
Okay, so guys, there's your guided stop loss, 595 on BCH. Okay, and remember what we're looking at here is there's a lot of 2-hour bearish divergence playing out, but there's also 4-hour that is sitting overbought. Now, a 4-hour overbought might mean we get a shit the ceiling event where they just drop it a little bit and then they pump it up one more time into another zone. And a 2-hour divergence might just mean they just start bleeding it now a little bit. So there's always a bull and a bear scenario we need to pay attention to. But you can see, like, I'm busy leaning towards some of these shorts at the moment, just looking for this little dip now after a very nice weekend. Okay, so that is my current strategy over there. Let's get into Chaos. Don't run away.
Sorry, bro.
Don't hide. Okay, let's look at these alts quickly. Very important markers for us. Obviously, Bitcoin dominance, guys, and you can see how these alts respond. Dominance on support. A little bit of a pullback on these alts earlier today when dominance did bounce, but you can see now we're getting a slight little bounce on these altcoins, and it's because this dominance is now turning a little bit bearish. Okay, and what happened to Mavia? Did it keep ripping? Did it pump? James is in the back here. Oh yeah,
Got excited about that earlier.
41% today.
Oh my God! Why?
It was stupid.
Has anyone played that game?
No.
Jesus, I mean that's insane. Okay, USDT dominance, guys, another big marker for us for the entire market. Look at that. So we move into the danger zone. What happens? We get a little bounce on USDT dominance, and immediately you see these alts start feeling a bit of pressure. You see Bitcoin, well, today was relatively flat, but you start getting a little bit of pain. Okay, so this is a monster danger zone here. And in fact, I set my alarm here yesterday, and look what the alarm says. Look at the name of the alarm. It says, "Did you take profit?" Okay, now remember, these alarms on these zones are very important. So if we drop into this 200-day MA, the 618, this VWAP from the lows here, this is a proper danger zone. And if you're feeling super euphoric, it's normally a sign to take a little bit of profits. Remember, this whole move was this nice weekend that we had, and they can take it all away with a little bounce like that. And this bounce can absolutely rinse you, especially if you're on high leverage, guys. So just be super careful. And Chaos, guys, we're not touching Trump. Are we waiting for higher?
I'm just waiting to see what happens. It's pinged the area a couple of times and it keeps shooting up. Yeah. So for the minute,
chill.
Huh?
Yeah, chill. There's no.
Chill.
Yeah, if it's not in your zone, it's not in your zone. That's fine.
I'll give higher up. I can see higher up better entries, so we'll give those when they come.
Okay, so guys, we're going to cover, is Sol pumping? Great. Okay, Sol and XRP are pumping. Great. And I'm short both of them at the moment. Okay, so guys, what you're going to see now, I've got Sol for you, Sui. I've got Fartcoin, I've got Virtual, I've got Aero, I've got Brett, I've got, like, there's so much going on here. Chaos has got one or two more for you guys, and let's get into this stuff. And yeah, just remember, like, maintain the FOMO. You're going to find some of these alts are bouncing on their first levels, and if you're playing these first levels, you're going to see on some of them there is a chance they're coming down again. Okay, so just remember that. And let's start with ETH. And you can see this was a typical degen bounce zone. Look at this. ETH dropping into our 236 fib. You cannot make this up. Look at this absolute perfection onto this 236 fib here. So 4,121, that is the bounce zone. And then the question we have to ask ourselves is, when we get these little degen bounces, is this going to be a lower high? And do we drop it into the next zone? Okay, that's typically, how we need to play these things and how we need to try and read these things. So just be careful. If you're longing 236s, yes, obviously sometimes they're going to be super bullish, but you need to be careful. Try and read it in conjunction with the oscillator. So what could typically happen here? Now, this is what we picked up earlier today. This is bearish divergence, and that's why this market started rolling over a little bit. Now, what could happen next? If ETH, for example, starts pumping again, there's a couple of big danger zones to the upside that I want you guys to take note of. The first one being 4,290. So if this pops through, there's a very good chance we get that rejection there, 4,290, and there's a very good chance that we print further bearish divergence over here. So the price does a new high, the oscillator prints a new low, and then we get another divergence print, and then we get some kind of bigger sell-off on ETH. Okay, so just remember, these scenarios are obviously on the table here for us at the moment. But in terms of playing out a degen zone, 4121, yeah, I mean, you can't fault the degen bounce zone. Okay, where is my preferred Where's my preferred area? Well, for me, guys, it's lower down. I'm really interested in this region here, 4,040 down to 3,980. This is my bull zone. This is my big one for me. That is the area I'm loving on ETH. So we're going to have to just be patient here. Like for me, not ready to add any more to this position. I'll actually show you what I covered here last night. Let's just take a look here. And on the Sunday banger with 𝗏𝗏, as you can see, I've got a couple of orders lower down. Look at that. They're waiting here for ETH to drop lower into that zone. That is where I want to pick these things up. And right now, you know, I'm not ready to add to that position off a 236 just yet. I might regret it later, whatever, but not quite ready to add there. So I do want to see a little bit more weakness. I want to see a full reset on that 2-hour oscillator, ideally. Okay. Joe Crypto Brave Bravo says, could this be alt season takeoff? James, could this be alt season takeoff?
No.
This
Chaos.
could be alt hour takeoff.
Yeah, there you go. Alt season, okay. I don't ever believe in that at this point anymore. Things have
alt
changed.
5 minutes.
Alt hour.
An hour. We'll get an hour.
Day,
don't
maybe, you know, but yeah,
okay.
alt season, I don't think so.
God, these guys are so bearish. Hey, they so bearish at the moment. Okay, so guys, there's the ETH play. You can see I'm looking for a little bit lower on ETH. If it does pop 4,290, that's kind of like, yeah, I think it's another rejection zone. And the reason being is, let's just not forget, we've got FOMC on Wednesday. Like we've seen many times before, like come a Tuesday or early on a Wednesday, the market starts resisting. The market starts de-risking a little bit into these events. Okay, there's always a bit of panic, a bit of stress leading into those things. So I'm a little bit edgy here. And Jason, don't you like alt hour, bro? Don't you like it? Yeah. Okay, let's talk Sol. And who said Sol was ripping? God, there's some filthy degens that watch this channel.
It's $1 up in the last like a few minutes. It's not really ripping.
No, you guys are so degen. Like when you said Sol is ripping, I thought, fuck, Sol must be at 210 or something. I mean,
$1 more than it was about 20 minutes ago.
Okay, so yeah, look, Sol, I mean, same story here, guys. It's like we can't get super bullish just yet. Okay, something, you know, is still in Sol's advantage at the moment is obviously our oscillator hasn't lost the lows yet, so we can easily get that little reversal here. What I don't like is when we start losing these lows, you know, then these things start getting the momentum sort of increases here on these oscillator. Every day alt season, if you're in 𝗏𝗏, yeah, I mean, I guess so. We have alt, because we short these things as well. Okay, and John Wick says, "Sexy boys, what's popping?" John, you late, bro? You late? Okay, we've already. What did we do? We set a limit order sell on BCH. I'm potentially getting rinsed on XRP. I closed the gold short. I closed the S&P long the top. So you've missed a lot of action, Mr. Wick. But hang in there. You'll see some more. Okay, let's go Sol. Where's my big zone? Where's my big long zone? Where am I interested in closing that short? So I'm reluctant to just randomly close the Sol short. This was one of the scenarios I gave last night. And I said, guys, look out for a second pump in the market. Look out for that little flush into that 786 region and then a possible rejection. Now, here's the bull zone. It's as clear as day. So if you're looking for longs, guys, I think be patient. Don't long everything, okay? Look, be patient on some. Anywhere for me on Sol, 194 down to about 190. This region over here, that can be considered the bull zone on the 2 hour. Let's see if that gives us the move into FOMC. So just be patient. Yeah, if Sol wants to bleed out, this can be an absolute banger here. 194 to 190 on Sol. Okay, XRP ETF institutions. What did they say? Has raised more than 100 million.
Yeah, they were on CNBC. Whoever the ETF owners on there saying that is their fastest growing ETF they've ever had, and that it's had hundreds of millions of dollars fly into it immediately as soon as it was open.
But why are these boomers buying XRP?
Boomers love XRP, and that's who's got that kind of money at the institutions. It's not young kids that are buying shit coins. It's boomers that have that money, and they're the ones that are buying Old Faithful. That's the one they know. Why don't they
just buy Pingu and Altcoin? I mean,
those ones aren't approved yet.
What's wrong with them?
Oh my God. Okay, I mean, they all got the same utility. They all shit coins. I mean, okay. So Propanda, thank you, sir. Now, guys, here's your Sol long zone. Look at this. I got VWAP. I got fibs, I got horizontals. There's a lot going on here. We are looking at a slightly bearish oscillator. Obviously, it can pump, guys, and we could be wrong and they pump it into another zone. But in terms of like, where am I looking for a long on Sol? It's not right here. Okay. Like maybe we get a breakout and we start playing momentum and stuff like that. That's another discussion. But right now, you know, the way I'm looking at this thing, 194 to 190, that's like a more reasonable long zone for me in terms of Sol. Okay, so that is what I'm looking for there, trying to be super patient with this one. Obviously, you can see I'm holding that short, anticipating some kind of sell-off. Now, what is the plan if the market rips? Let's say the market rips today, like now. Then, like I said to hackers this morning, if the market pumps too hard leading into Wednesday, no matter what happens on Wednesday come FOMC, I'm expecting a sell-off. So the first area of interest is obviously 211. I think we can get a rejection here on Sol at 211. So there's a possible short opportunity here, 211 into this undercarriage. Look at that, bang. Okay, so 211 into 216. That is your next big danger zone. You've got your 50-day moving average here as well. And that for me is a typical short zone. So 211 to 216 on this 2-hour time frame. Danger zone, 194 to 190. Possible longs. Anything in between now, a little bit of noise for me on Sol. Okay, we are never wrong. We just need to turn the chart upside down. Yes, you just flip the chart upside down and then you're fine. Okay, and like if you're in a trading competition and you're coming last, you turn the leaderboard upside down and then you're at the top. Okay, there's an easy way to solve these problems every time. Hold My Rod says when banger. Here's a banger. Sol, bro. Okay, there you go. Sol's ready to go for you. Let's see how badly I'm getting rinsed. Yeah, let's see. Okay, ETH not badly yet. On the short, long is good. Anything milking me here? Anything killing me? No. Okay, XRP not bad. Sol, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm not getting wrecked yet. Okay, let's go into when your tax accountant finds Fartcoin in your 401k next year. So Fartcoin tops whale inflows in the last 24 hours. Can somebody explain this to me? It was the least best mover out of a lot of trades. And why? Who's buying this? Because it's not pumping. James, any thoughts on this thing? Chaos, do you know anything about this?
Not a clue.
It never does explain it, but it's just like Brett's actually doing really well right now too. Going, why all of a sudden it's just, it seems to be that the money's rotating into old favorites or something. I'm not sure.
There was a little like narrative into base over the last couple of days. So Aerodrome did well. Brett did well. I think there was something going on with virtuals on base as well. It was linked to that. So there was a little narrative there. I just I don't know, like Fartcoin just doesn't do what it used to do. Okay. And Propanda says, I need tequila, bro. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go against that. I think that's a fair shout.
Is Trump flying?
Huh?
Is Trump flying? Not Air Force One. Yeah. I mean the token.
Yeah, that's why I put a message up before about invalidated.
What the F is happening?
Does anyone know why Trump is doing this? I mean, it's absolutely flying.
Maybe because he's in the air at the moment.
Just now. Okay, we can always long the top just now. Okay, just hang in there. We'll do it. Okay, so guys, early in Chart Hackers today, remember, like in the Chart Hackers Discord, there's so much going on here, and it's difficult to explain everything. But I've got like such a big team in there of absolute legends. So on top of like my channel here, where I give updates and stuff like that on the market, here's some of the plans for today that I dished out. I mean, here was Fartcoin. I gave these the local bull zone, the macro bull zone. I gave these areas, and these setups are there, including the higher time frame stuff. They're in the Discord here for you guys. So Fartcoin was one of them. Drops into our local bull zone, and like remember, you can play the macro bull zone, you can play the local bull zone. The local bull zone sometimes just gives you that little lower high. So we might still be faced with something like that. Okay, for example, on this Fartcoin, again, you know, it's anyone's guess now as to what happens next. But what I can deliver you guys is these reaction zones. You know, this is the stuff that you can get some entries on and things like that. So Fartcoin delivering for now, 391 is your support. And what I'd say is you need to monitor now if we start printing a lower high. So where's my high conviction low? I mean, where's my high conviction long zone? For me, it's got to be lower down. It's got to be in the macro bull zone. And that macro bull zone for me is 37, this 37 region. The combination of this VWAP and this 0.5 fib and these are horizontals make the most sense to me here on this Fartcoin. Okay, we can go, or we can talk about levels all the way down. But right now for me, that is the big one. So if Fartcoin does start reversing today, that is going to be the long zone leading into Wednesday. 3.7, 3.72, that type of area. Don't tell me COAI is doing things again. I'm so sick of hearing about the COAI situation. Okay, so guys, there's the Altcoin play. So if you weren't in chart hackers, you probably didn't get this little bounce zone that I gave earlier. If you are trying to long it now, you're potentially a little bit late. Let's just take a look at the risk. It's 3.5% risk. And this thing can obviously roll over and move into our macro zone, which is slightly lower down. KD9BK is longing the top of Trump. Chaos, can you look at that for us? Can you see if we should long the top of this thing? And let's see if we can go to zero. Something exciting here for today, okay? And sounds like Justin's son is throwing money to Trump. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting.
You can definitely long the top of it.
Perhaps he needs a pardon.
Huh?
Perhaps he needs a pardon.
Oh, maybe.
Pardon. Yeah, you never know. Okay. So, guys, here's the news floating around base at the moment. Okay, top tokens this week by volumes. Virtual Ventus, it's AVNT. Clanker, I've heard everyone talking about this Clanker situation. I have no idea what. Well, James knows what this thing is. It was like an AI agent. Or what was it, James? This Clanker, weren't you telling us last time?
Well, it's just everybody's been talking about it in the chat for days. All last week. Clanker kept coming up and spamming the chat with this Clanker.
Filth. Yeah. Okay. Well, there it is. Filth doing 290%. And then Aero. Okay. Coming back to the party. So let's take a look at some of these things here. Let's start with the virtual situation. Now, virtual is part of this new narrative. Okay, remember in crypto, they basically invent narratives. Remember not too long ago, they invented this thing called DePIN. Okay, which was, they already had like render as in AI play, but suddenly render was now a DePIN, and then like it was pumping on that. Like, you remember all this bullshit they come up with? Anyway,
That's exactly what
now they got this X402, which has got something to do with your HTTP code where it says 402 payment required. Guys, I don't even speak this language, okay? But like, I just know pumpy, okay? And these things are responding pretty well. So you can read about all of this. If this makes sense to you guys, you can read about it. James, do you have any idea what's going on here?
No. I mean, it's just attention season is what it's all about, right? They come up with this stuff. It's all over Twitter, and the attention, that's where the money goes. We have this rotation from token to token, and where the attention is at the moment. Apparently, this is where it's at.
So that's all it's at. Okay, let's make up a narrative. Let's make whatever. Okay, these guys, I mean, they do what they need to do. Okay, be that as it may. Virtual, yeah, it's been really good. It's been a really good trade. I gave it off the chart. I didn't give it off knowing there was news coming. And, you know, nice that it obviously pumped like 100% more than what I wanted it to. And that obviously, it worked out nicely. Now, we've tried to short virtual a couple of times. Right now, it's still in one of the rejection zones. And you can see this was the area here. This was your 0.5 fib in that region. And it's still kind of having an argument in that area. But I still believe there are rejection areas here that we need to watch for virtual. And you can see the 618 and undercarriage at 1.7 is a danger zone. Okay, that's a typical 618. And then we've got the 786 at 2.1, or just under that 2.1. So you can see there is a little bit going on here for virtual. Now, if the narrative continues, and this narrative is around AI agents, and virtual is now a platform for AI agents, like, is there a little bit more upside? So what you typically need to look for then, if you believe that, you know, this thing can be a little bit more bullish, is you can start looking for some kind of flag under a resistance zone. And if we do get some kind of action, we could get a breakout from virtual into the next region. Okay, so whenever you push into a big resistance zone, your options are fake out through and reject, or some kind of flag and then a breakout, and you go into your next level. Okay, so 1.7 is a big resistance zone, and if you want to play this game, here it is on a much lower time frame. Okay, so here's the big picture. There's a possible flag. If we do want to trade this flag, we can use the lows of the 200-day moving average and maybe the horizontal slightly below that at 1.36. So you can see my thinking behind this. So what you can do is you can go back in here and you can say, okay, here's the 30-minute chart. Where can we pick up a little bit of virtual if, for example, we believe this is going to go higher? And what you can do is you can typically look for a reaction somewhere in that zone there on virtual, and that could be the move that sends you into that next region. Okay, so if you're tracking something like that and you believe virtual could be more bullish, just under 2.1 could be a potential target for you. You need to try and catch that flag. Okay, so what I can give you there is 1.355 as a support base that you want to use. So look for longs up there if you're bullish on virtual. And I'm obviously phasing myself out of this virtual trade because it was an absolute pumper. And you can see I'm running a very small short here at the moment. I do believe at some point it is going to have a bit of a breather, and I've taken out most of that long at the moment. Okay, so I'm in the final phase of this virtual trade. I'm kind of waiting for a much bigger move down or up here to make the next major call on this thing. Okay, but right now, that is the best I can give the bulls out there. Now, guys, remember, and yeah, Abe, we're going to look at that now. Remember, all these charts, they go into the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃's Discord for you guys. And everything I talk about is in the show description under the show. Okay, so what you need to do is go into the show description. So you find the show, there it is, bang. You click on more, and you'll see everything I talk about there. Click on more, everything I talk about sits under the show description over there, and you'll find all the exchanges, including Gravity, that we are busy farming on at the moment for the airdrop. Now, I know Chaos is doing a lot of Gravity farming at the moment. This is the Gravity exchange. Chaos, what are you running there at the moment? Anything fun? Why did you hide again? Did I throw you away?
Yeah, don't mind. On Gravity, to be honest with you, Gravity, I'm just having fun opening and closing positions and building volume, really. Taking a few 1 or 2% profits, spending that on fees, and then just opening and closing and reopening. That's how I'm farming the points.
So, guys, essentially, Gravity is a farming opportunity. Okay, so what you're doing is you are going onto this Gravity, you are trading, and because you are trading on there, you are earning points, and these points equate to an airdrop. Now, you will know the guys from Hyperliquid made tons of money, the guys from Lighter made tons of money, the guys from Aster made tons of money, etc., just from trading on those dexes. Okay, so Gravity is available here. And where are you doing these? Are you doing these things in the Discord? Is there a section here for this?
To be honest with you, the Gravity trades that I'm taking, I'm generally doing on Zoom, where I'm talking to the guys about. Okay. There isn't a separate section for it. But okay, listen, so I've got a niche little way of doing it, Dylan. I'm just putting 100% of my money on lowish leverage, okay, and I'm just opening it, scalping 3 or 4%, and hitting close. And because I'm using all the money, the volume is becoming quite big. If you're just taking tiny trades, then that's not the point of this thing. You want volume.
Okay, so guys, if you want to farm Gravity, go into the show description, go to the link, sign up for Gravity over there, and you can farm these points. There's going to be an airdrop of tokens and things like that, and you will be a beneficiary of those airdrops. Okay, so it's as simple as that. If you are trading and you want to farm, that is a way to participate in an airdrop. Okay, so guys, we've covered virtual. We've covered Sol, Farcoin, ETH. Let's go, Stewie. And Chaos, are you working on anything else there for us at the moment?
Do you know, Trader J put Rune on my sites. I haven't looked at this thing for so long. It's just bouncing off a 382 as we speak right now. So I'm looking at Rune at the moment. Fib pulled from bottom to top, guys.
Is there any reason for this thing to do anything?
No. But is there any reason for this thing to
no,
be doing
you don't have to tell me. I mean, I'm just wondering.
What the fuck is Trump, man? I mean, but Rune, there is nothing in the world that should have caused this. And there's nothing in the world that should give us a nice 382 bounce here. Look at this cash flow. Look at this RSI. I mean, look at that.
And what time frame is this? The 1 hour?
It's the 1 hour. And to be honest, I picked this up in the 30-minute. I've just zoomed out just a little bit. So there is a potential long, and it's exactly the same as Injective. It's exactly the same chart. Bottom to top, pulled a fib. We're on the 382 as we speak. So guys, pick your poison. Injective and Rune, potential longs.
Okay, well, I'm going to take one of these on Bitfunded, yeah.
Ooh.
See if I can go into Bitfunded, yeah.
Look what someone's just said. Rune can crawl back into Satan's anus.
Well, I'm gonna do this on Bitfunded, yeah. So Rune or Injective, James? Mate, Rune or Injective?
Yeah, James.
Rune, really? I mean, a chart's a chart, I guess, but I fucking hate this thing.
Okay, so is that Injective then? Is that how you're telling me I need a long Injective?
You watch Rune's gonna fly, but
this is Rune.
I hate it
so
trade.
I mean,
okay, Rune or Injective, Chaos. Rune or Injective.
See, it's the same reaction. That fucking token, man.
Because James gave you Rune, I'm going to give you Injective. Have that.
Okay.
Ask the audience.
I'm going long Injective. Guys, okay, let me know in the audience quickly. Guys, what are we doing? Rune or Injective? I'm going to long it on Bitfunded.
Kimmy says, no. Do not put Rune on Bitfunded. You're going to kill your account.
And Up and Running says they can short these nerds. Okay, so let's go. Okay, let's long injective here. I'm longing injective on Bitfunded there. Okay, we're in. Okay, so Bitfunded is locked in. Oh fuck, I totally fucked this up.
Why? What's up?
I meant to trade $7,500 and I traded $37,000. This is going to get awkward. Okay, so guys, remember one of the tricks in Bitfunded is it's slightly different to the other exchanges. So, in the other exchanges, I just put dollar amount and then I just bang in what I want to trade. And that's my position size. In Bitfunded, you actually got to do the calculation that it's 5x. So I put in 7.5 because I wanted to open a 7.5 position, and that is now multiplied it by 5. Okay, so that is why I'm in a $37,000 long at the moment, but it is moving. Okay, and maybe you guys can get me out of a hole here. Everyone market buy immediately and pump it up. Okay, so that is injective. Yeah, I'm longing it on Bitfunded. Okay, what is Bitfunded? Bitfunded is prop trading. Okay, you get a challenge account. Here's at stage 2 that I'm on a challenge account, and I got to get 8% phase 1. I got to get 5% phase 2, and then they give me real money. And here's a real money account. Okay, that I'm running at the moment, and you can see I've got some equity in it, and I've made $486. So I can withdraw that real money now. It's my real money to take out as and when I please, and I keep 80% of those profits. Okay, so if you want to trade with other people's money, go into the show description, click on more, and you will find Bitfunded there for you guys. And let's pray to the crypto gods that they don't send me to zero here. Okay, and let's see how this injective works out for us. Maybe we can get through the second phase.
We are logging the top here, boss. Just saying.
On what? 1 minute candles? Didn't you tell me to long injective?
Yeah, no. I'm just saying.
You told me to long injective.
No, injective's good, but I'm just looking at the 15-minute candles, and I can see that you're logging the top. It's fine.
You told me to long injective.
I'm happy with injective. I'm happy with injective.
I'm just a mere pawn in this game. I mean,
it's gonna work,
okay. It's fine. Okay, so there we go. That's looking good. Now let's talk 𝗬𝗎 quickly. Funny enough, like Chaos is talking about injective off the 382 and Rune off 382s, things like that. Look at this 𝗬𝗎 as well. Look at that first area in our bull zone here hits that 382. And getting a little reaction. So again, the same question we have to ask ourselves is this a little fake, a little fake move? Are we just going to get a lower high, and are they bringing us down into the next region? Okay, so for me, like I have shown you that 𝗬𝗎 situation, I am waiting for a little bit lower. My first order did pick up. What I did quite simply was preset orders above these fibs, and then I can chill. Okay, so remember, we did a lot of work. We got our entries down here. We built our position, so we're in a position of strength now. If the market pumps to the upside, which it has, and then rejects, and we say to ourselves, okay, we're looking for bullish continuation here, then I preset some orders, bang, and I hope that it comes down into the zone and obviously hits my area and then continues to the upside. So that is my current game plan on 𝗬𝗎. Okay, so 2.57 support 1, and then 2.52 looking for a hard bounce there, and that is where I've got my second order waiting here at the moment on 𝗬𝗎. So let me just show you where that is at the moment. Let's just confirm where that one is. So what I wanted to do is just get those orders above those fibs, and there is the second one lower down at 2.52 waiting. So the first one did pick up at about this 2.58 region or whatever it was at earlier today. Okay, and Lewis, come on, let's send this thing. Come, there it goes. Look at this. Easy game, boys. Easy game. Okay, let's go. Geez, guys, we got so many. Oh my God, we're running out of so much time here.
I know.
Like, we're really running out of time. Do you want me to go another 10 minutes? Because I've still got hype. I've got pump. I've got E&A. I've got, oh my God, I got so much. I got Era. I got Brett. Let me know. Okay, if you want me and Chaos in your face, okay, with James in your face for longer, we can do it. Okay, let's cover these things, guys. Remember, if you're watching the show, like, they do put timestamps on it. Okay, so you don't have to sit here and listen to me waffling on. You can also just go directly into some of these other tokens. Okay, so Chaos, if you've got another setup, obviously bring it. I'm going to go. I'm going to quickly talk about hype, and I want to talk about pump. So, I mean, you guys will see that. I mean, I had really good pump and hype trades, and the simple game plan for me on these things is like when the market's turning bullish, I just have a selection of tokens lately that I just jump into. 𝗬𝗰, Hype, Pump, Solana is normally a safe one as well. Sometimes some 𝗬𝗰𝗍𝗂, things like that. But I just grab those things, okay, if there is momentum in the market. And the reason I like Hype so much is that I know when the market turns bullish again, the traders jump in. And at the moment, it's a nice one to trade. It responds really well to levels. And, it seems to do its thing. Okay, so Hype has been the #1 performer in revenue in the last 24 hours. And that makes sense because the traders are back. It's making money again. Okay, very simple stuff here. And what is Hype doing now? Well, it's dropped into our degen bounce zone. There it is. Okay, that's the level I gave the hackers earlier today. And now the question is it going to get itself out of this filthy head and shoulders that you can see is developing over here? And is it going to either send us down, or is it actually going to break through that right head? So you guys need to watch this one carefully. But 45.8, it is a bounce zone on Hype. Is there a continuation play this early? I'm a little bit suspicious. Okay, if it does start pushing up, what you need to look for is the same thing on Solana. You might get one more beat off of Dave's dead horse into one of these things there. Bang. Okay, so 51.2, somewhere in that type of region, and then maybe another rejection. Alternatively, I am looking lower if I'm going to add to this Hype situation. It feels like it's a little bit early just to be ripping off like that. Okay, so big levels for me, the bull zone, 43.7 down to 42. That is my bull zone on Hype. That is the ideal area for me for longs. Right now, that is labeled as a degen bounce zone because that is literally what it is. If you are a degen, you're going to long the 236, and sometimes it's going to go really nicely for you, and other times you're going to be in a little bit of a spot. Okay, so just remember that. And Lewis says, "What's your stop loss on INJ, guys? What is a stop? What is a stop loss? What is?" James, what is stop loss?
What is a stop loss? I'm not sure. I think I need to join chart hackers to learn.
Okay, Lewis, look here. Okay, here's the stop loss. Okay, let's go into this. Thing. What you want to do? Okay, here it is. You can see as simply as this. Here's your 15 minutes, and you can see your levels. Okay. And what you want to do typically here, if you want to do a stop loss, there's a couple of options. When you got a horizontal breakout, what you can do is you can put a stop loss comfortably below your breakout candle. So in this example, Lewis, 8.7. Alternatively, you look at a previous low, give it some room. So 8.63. And alternatively, the lower leverage guys, you don't want to put it exactly on the low. You want to give yourself lots of breathing room because we know these market makers like to come down, grab your stops, and then pump it back up. So you want to make sure you're giving yourself a reasonable chance if they do drop things a little bit lower. Okay, so in terms of stop options, Lewis, 8.699, 8.635, and 8.53, whatever you are comfortable with. Okay, that is how you can play the stop, especially on a breakout like that. Okay, this trade is going swimmingly, boys.
That was a good mistake hitting way too much on that one. Huh?
Okay, enjoyed that fat finger. Okay, damn degens are pumping high. Okay,
it's probably us. Guys, it is probably us, isn't it?
Okay, so 𝗬𝗯𝗧 looks hungry again. Is it pumping? Let's just see here.
It was this morning.
You know what? 𝗬𝗯𝗧 just landed on a nice little bull zone with an order block and a VWAP. It wasn't anything too special there, but a nice little 15-minute zone. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good now. Okay, we'll cover this chart in a sec. Okay, so Hype we've got. Pump.fun, same story, guys. When the traders come back, whether you believe Pump makes money or not, that's a separate discussion. But what we've seen lately, when traders come back, Hyperliquid pumps and makes money. Apparently, Pump makes money and pumps. Okay, so we can see that is playing out, and Pump again outperforming for mean, which is also another suspicious mean platform. Okay, so what do we do for Pump? Higher time frame. I believe Pump can actually go higher if this market stays nice and bullish this week. I believe we're going to get a short on Pump at about 54. Okay, so look out there around about 54. That looks like a reasonable zone there for me on Pump. So if we do start pushing higher, that's a possible short area later on to look forward to. In terms of bull zones for Pump, if we bleed out leading into the FOMC, 424 and 38. That is your big long zone, and you're going to look for possibly a 30% move into that resistance band. Okay, now this is part of my higher time frame charts that I do every Monday in the Chart Hackers Discord, and you can go into my channel and click on crypto long term, and you're going to see about there's pump there. Okay, there it is, waiting for you guys. There's about 25 charts there today that I updated for you guys. They're all there. Go pick your favorites, and there's levels, upside, downside, all these things for you guys, and help you navigate through these tricky altcoins. Okay, that's what it's all about. So there's your pump, guys. Let's go. Let's talk about ENA. This has also been relatively good to me, and I know Chaos has got a view on ENA. Chaos, give me your quick view on ENA. What do you think about this thing?
It used to have a good use, and now it doesn't. So
that's not what I heard you say.
Oh, I was more rude. Would you like me to be rude?
We're ruder. Okay.
It's generally dog shit. Generally, it never used to be, but now it is.
Yeah. So, guys, I don't track fundamentals on ENA. All I know was a hot shit trade 3-4 months ago. Everyone was all over this thing. Maybe this whole narrative around it has failed or whatever, but it was a good trade last week. For those of you that took this trade and hung on, I just want to show you like that stop zone and why I put so much emphasis on candle closes. Look at these candles. They come here and they bounce up here. That is why I say wait for candle closes under these levels and, you know, give yourself a chance. That is why you trade smaller size and you give yourself a bigger stop loss so that you can play these games with the market makers. Now, what am I doing with ENA? Well, at the moment, we kind of just want to see if this thing is going to give us some kind of bullish bounce. So let's look at our local levels here quickly. Let's just try and build a picture for you guys, and then let's see if we can get a bullish continuation in this thing. Doesn't that sound super smart when you say bullish continuation? Yeah, it's very sophisticated. Yeah. Like we're making trading sound super sophisticated here. Okay, let's go. VWAPs. Okay, look at that nice support base here for us. So this is the best local level I can give you at the moment. And really, you want to see for your bull zone to make sense. Most of the time, I want to see that 382 and that 0.5 come into play with that VWAP. Okay, and you can see at this point in time, everything needs to just creep up a little bit higher. Okay, so we kind of want to see it, that VWAP pushing into that zone. But in terms of a sort of higher confluence bounce zone for me and a high confidence bounce zone on ENA, you kind of want to see this thing drop into 49 down to that 200-day MA at about 46.5. So that would be quite a nice area there for me on ENA. And you can see I labeled this one big danger zone. Why was this a danger zone? That's the VWAP, and this is this big undercarriage up there. Okay, so that is why we're getting this rejection at the moment. And you can see our oscillate on the 4-hour turning a little bit bearish. This thing might need a little bit of time to come down. Okay, so ENA traders, the first place I'm looking at adding or even fresh longs for that matter is got to be this 489 region down to about 465. Okay, makes the most sense to me. If there's going to be a continuation, you want to hold the 200-day, you want to hold that local VWAP as well for some possible moves out of that. Okay, let's look at Aero. And also, same story, Aero is at resistance. This is part of the higher time frame charts for you guys. So we've had interest in the base ecosystem, things moving nicely. Brett Aero obviously doing its thing and pushing into a major rejection zone. So any Aero traders, this is actually a big area here. And this is a high probability rejection zone. So 96 is your trouble zone at the moment. And your key support you want to watch for this higher time frame, 858. Look at that. 200-day MA and your 382. Look at that sitting right there on some beautiful horizontal. So in terms of being patient, looking for a long, if the market starts bleeding now, today into tomorrow, you're looking for a long. 865 is where the action is going to be for me. 865 on Aero. That should give you a drop of about 6.7%, which could be beautiful leading into the FOMC. Steve, please stop telling me Sol is pumping. That is not what I want to hear at the moment. I'm incredibly short at the moment. With staking, they just announced, you guys are going to end me. You guys are all going to end me here on the Sol. This is not...
ETF with staking launches tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow. No, I'm not bad. I'm only
it's another $0.50 up since we spoke.
Lower high adds to short. Lower high adds to short. Okay, there we go. We add to the short there.
Your fart is
there's your
rising
lower
too.
high. Hey, is Fartcoin doing stuff? Ooh, Fartcoin's doing stuff. Guys, how's that? There you go.
Look at
there
that.
You go, my son.
So stinky.
There you go, my son. Okay, and like, I mean, I was saying these local degen zones. Wow, I mean, nice, I guess. Like, I guess we're getting your answer. You know, this thing's now got to go and print a new high. Okay, how's our injective going here at the moment? Anyone else?
Still in the green. Still in the green.
Still in the green. That doesn't sound confident to me. It sounds like a bit of lickies here.
Lickies.
Oh no, I mean my screen's not even opening.
Your screen's lickies.
Yeah.
Oh. There you go. There we go.
God, I mean, it's malfunctioning here. I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried about my trade here. Ooh. There it is. Okay. Okay, guys, I've got Brett for you. I got XRP. No, we're okay. We're on 190 up. We're 190 up. We're okay. Okay, let's go, Brett. Also, base narrative. This thing. Ooh, Kenny. Bullish call. Kenny says Aero is going to break $1 today. Look, it's big resistance, guys. Yeah, I mean, if it blows through, you're going to use that 96 as your support. So, yeah, it could be a nice one. Brett, guys, base interest. Brett obviously absolutely flew. I missed the trade. Very emotional. Every time Brett pumps and I miss it, I get like quite sad because I used to trade this thing a lot and it used to be really good to me. And then it really wrecked me once. And like I've been a little bit depressed about this thing. So I get sad when I see it pumping without me. 0.03. Is got to be the first zone for me, the real big zone of interest. I don't love that. Okay, at the moment, things in Brett's favor. Obviously, you got a nice thick green cash flow. That's nice. I'm just not loving all this divergence here at the moment. It makes me a little bit edgy. And you can see a couple of other things pumping a little bit harder than Brett at the moment. So I would say realistically, guys, 305 into 297 on Brett could be a good one. And short 𝗲𝗂. You guys egging me on to short 𝗲𝗂. Do you want to watch me get rinsed? Let's see. Why do they want to watch me get rinsed here?
Because it is in a zone.
Is it?
It's in a point of resistance, yeah. But I think we're going to get an STC. I think it's going to carry on.
Okay, well, there we go. Shorted 𝗲𝗂. Okay, there we go. We're done. Okay, you just tell me what to do. There you go.
I said it was at a zone. I didn't say press button.
Yeah, but this dude in the chat, he's like short 𝗲𝗂.
Okay.
So I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. There, you see, I'm just here to serve. 𝗬𝗰, I'm here, bro. I'm here. Okay, send me to 0, bro. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, so ENA you covered. Brett you covered. Okay, you know the story. XRP absolutely gonna rip my ring out here. Okay, at the moment there's a couple of big zones here. So again, I'm not gonna just pussy out of this trade. Okay, the reason being these are the zones that we've earmarked to print bearish divergence. Okay, that was the plan yesterday. I said to the guys, if it's gonna pump again, you're looking for bearish divergence, something like that, and it's gonna come with a little bit more upside pain. Obviously, for me, at some point, I've got to draw the line. Okay, so for me, like if we start closing above 277, I'm going to start jumping out of this thing. Okay, so above 277, I'm going to jump out of XRP. I'm not going to be sitting around beyond that because if it blows that 50-day MA, I'm a little bit edgy that it explodes quite hard. Okay, and then you know we start looking at a couple of bigger levels there to the upside. So personally, I'm drawing the line 277. I'm done with XRP. Let's see what it gives us. But right now, I'm not exiting. Okay, there's a possible bearish divergence going to print here as well. Okay, and Sayed says don't revenge trade the boomers. I mean, yeah, I mean we're trying to. You know what's interesting? Like BCH pumping. XRP, Litecoin is actually, didn't Litecoin just do something as well? And let's see, John Wick says, what about your baby 𝗨𝗏? Okay, so guys, you got the plan here for XRP. Let's talk super. First level of the bull zone, okay? Got pinged here. Geez, how was this pump earlier? No, look at that. Okay, look at that wick. My God, the super actually really went quite hard. So I think, to be fair, it's kind of just front run the bottom half of this bull zone here. Jeez, okay. So guys, super, again, the test is going to be like lower high. Okay, this is the test. Like you got a lot of work to do here on super because it can easily just come back into that zone. So like if you're not long already, I wouldn't go long here. Like it's a very tricky play here on super. So a 0.4 is going to be your support. There's your VWAP, there's your horizontals. You can see there's your trend. So 0.4 is your support. If you're trying to be long now on super, it's a pure momentum play. Your risk is 3%. Okay, so 3% to the downside. Remember, if you're trading 10x leverage, that's 30% risk. Okay, so just be super careful how you do these things. I did actually post this one on Twitter earlier today, so maybe some of the guys did pick this thing up. And Dunder Funder says Trump is killing him. And why are you telling me to short Dia, bro? What is wrong with everyone telling me what to do? I'm feeling offended here at the moment. Let's first deal with, here's a short, okay, IMX, okay? Again,
I've got
this
that.
Do you like it? Short, long,
Yeah.
what do you like?
Now, I was gonna call it long earlier, but
yeah.
look at it pump. Look at it pump now. Like literally, I'm on the 30-minute chart, by the way.
It's
You're on
pumping
the,
off a VWAP, yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're on the 8 hour, yeah.
yeah, so the thing with IMX is like it's going to follow the market. Okay, so if the market turns bullish, IMX explodes. It goes through the 200-day, it rips to 0.68 or something like that. It's going to rip to the upside. If the market prints lower highs now, Bitcoin rejects, and we start getting a little pullback, this 200-day MA up here is going to be the best resistance zone that you can use for what could potentially be a 14% dump on IMX. Okay, so there's two ways to look at it at the moment. And, right now it's under the 200-day MA. So if anybody's looking for a hedge play, like the next pump in the market, so like let's say we pump a little bit today, if you're looking for a hedge, look for a fake out through 5-6 on IMX. That could be like a really nice short opportunity on this thing. Okay, so just keep your options open, guys. I don't know. I just hate being max short or max long. Okay, I always like to have a plan. Either way, I like a little bit of protection. And when I see things under 200-day with possible bearish divergence prints and stuff like that, I tend to be a little bit careful. When we break through big resistance zones, cool. We use them as support later on when we drop down onto them. But while we are at big resistance, just be super careful. Like the strategy to be only long is a very dangerous strategy. Only short, obviously, very dangerous as well. So I just like to have a little bit of hedge and a little bit of cover along the way. Okay, so IMX, yes, guys, look out. 5-6. If there's a wick through 5-6, you can look for a possible short there. Okay, could be a nice one. If it starts closing above the 200-day moving average, which is 564, if you get an 8-hour candle close above that area over there, that could be pretty bullish that they're going to send this thing a lot higher. Okay, Chaos, there you are. Don't run away. Don't run away, my son.
Looking at IMX, I completely agree with this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's big resistance, guys. It's nice to have a hedge play. Almost everything is pumping. Gaze. Why is he calling us Gaze? Oh, guys. Okay.
Guys?
I
hope it's not gays, it's guys. Yeah.
I thought he said Gaze. I don't know. Okay, so Tao, look at this. 15 minutes. I was tracking this earlier today. Like, guys, here's a simple thing that everyone can do. Okay, literally everyone can do this. You go local low. So use this example on 𝗬𝗯𝗚. Local low VWAP. Okay, what's our local low VWAP here? It is the Saturday, the 25th of October. Local low VWAP, local low to high FIB. Okay, track 382.5 VWAP and order block combinations. Okay, here's 𝗬𝗯𝗚. What does it drop into? Look at this. FIB 0.5 VWAP, 0.5 VWAP, and there was an order block here as well. And then you get a nice little bounce out of this area. Okay, so again, this is range high. It could obviously reverse up here. That could be the end, and this thing could roll over. But in terms of like some simple stuff for the scalpers as well, especially the Banter Royale fans, okay, here's an example. FIB, VWAP, order block, a little bit of action. Okay, easy things for you guys to do. And no, you guys. And shitcoins are flying, says Iman. Yeah, I mean, this is looking quite nice. Let's see, what else shall we short here, guys?
I think, Dill, very, very quickly, let's look at Trump again. And this is exactly why I said before to everybody live, let's wait and see what the candles do before we take a trade. We are now 8.7% higher than when I spoke about that zone earlier.
Oh, here's the zone.
Well, here's the zone. We're now approaching
shit out of this thing.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Okay.
Now I've got an order block right up at 7.5. What's that? Is that an MA that you've got there?
We're gonna short this fucker right here. Wait, we're gonna fix this now.
Talk to us. What are we doing?
Okay, wait. Hold on. I just want to make sure this is right. I really like this undercarriage here, in this 50-day MA. I'm trying to get some fib confluence, but this wick is a problem for me. This wick is like a big problem for me.
Do you actually
there's got to be two zones here.
You actually just ignore the wick and just take the rest of the candles?
Yeah, I don't like that wick, but this thing is moving into danger territory. Do we have the news yet as to why this thing is pumping? Do we know the reason? I'm guessing it's a news event.
Well, no, I think it's the Justin Sun. Either put money in this or whatever, and if that's the case, Wolfie's probably pumping as well. This won't be independent, I don't think.
Guys, if you want to try shorting Trump, these are the zones. Okay, these are the zones. Here's an undercarriage in 50-day MA here. 7.3, 7.4. How big has this move been? 15%. We've seen these things go a lot harder. If we go into the next one, 7.8. Okay, these are your possible rejection zones here. Let's just look at the 2 hour. Okay, we got some order blocks up there. So 7.8, guys. There's order blocks up there as well. There's horizontals and stuff like that. If you start shorting here and it squeezes, you've got about a 7% risk still to the upside. Again, I don't know the news. I don't understand the news. I don't know what is going on with Justin Sun. But yeah, that for me is a rejection zone here and a little bit higher at the 7.8. These are the zones. These are the zones where we should get some kind of rejection. Fuck it, I'll try a small one here for fun. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, Wolfie's going too, eh?
Let's try a small one for fun.
Something to do with one of the sons as well. That's what the chat's saying.
Okay, let's see. So guys, remember your next zone is, let's just confirm the zone and make sure you have an exit plan. Now you can see relative position size, just so everyone knows. Relative position size. You can see I'm trading big size on some of these other tokens. What have I opened here on Trump? Like 2% relative size. Okay, $2,500. Okay, so remember, whatever size you're normally trading, make it way smaller if you want to play this game. Okay, exit zones are first 7.8 is the next big zone, and right here where we are 7.3. Exit zones, again, this is going to be subjective, how you guys are playing your risk and things like that. I would say reasonable exit zones. Close above 808 is an option. Oh God, I mean, there's so many nice rejection zones here. Wow, yeah, that's really nice. There's a lot of rejection zones here on this Trump token. You just got to decide when enough is enough. Okay, so exit zone 1, close above 7.44. Okay, so that will be a close above your 50-day moving average. Option number 2, close above 8.08. And then option number 3, I would say close above 8.4, somewhere there. These are your possible exit plays. Now, again, it depends how you want to play it. Okay, remember, we're doing extreme degen shit here. Okay, and we're literally looking for the rejection at like a macro zone. Okay, and the first one, look, they're going to blow through this 50 here already. So the next one is going to be the 7.8. So remember your exit zones: 7.44, close above that. 8.08, close above that. 8.3, close above that, and then 8.44. Okay, so remember, always have an exit plan, always have a plan, manage your position sizing, manage your leverage. There's no ways you ever going to get 100% hit rate on your trades. Okay, so be prepared to take losses. Don't be hard on yourselves. Just know when to cut and always have a plan. And if this is way too degen, dial down the size, dial down the leverage. Remember, like, you don't want to be trading in a position where you're feeling uncomfortable and stressed all the time. That is not conducive to having fun. Okay, so we play the big zones, but we just manage our size appropriately. Okay, guys, I think we actually need to cut this. This is like a super long stream here. But thank you. That was obviously tons of fun.
Did you get that? I enjoyed that. Dude, your injective is flying nicely now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
We're up a little bit more. Lovely.
Maybe we must just close that one. Guys, if you want to try Bitfunded and trade with other people's money, well, you know, just jump into that show description and get stuck in. Okay, there it is. Let's see. Geez, $460. Okay, well, that's a cooker. That is cooking. Okay,
Good
nice.
mistake.
That was the best fat finger of the day. Okay, thank you. James, are there any last words from you, sir?
Good luck, everyone.
Very quiet about that one. Hey? Are you? How are you feeling? Are you not confident?
No, not at all. It's such a massive week that this could go either way. That I'm quite nervous. Yeah.
I love a man who's edgy and nervous. Okay,
Edgy. I'm going to buy that man some green t-shirts.
get the man a green shirt.
I'm going to get him a green shirt.
Okay, boys, thank you. Guys, look, that was fun. I know I went over time there, and I know a lot of you guys are busy, but like sometimes it's fun just to trade some shit coins together. Okay, back tomorrow, same time, same place, and I'm probably going to do a banter royale on FOMC, which is going to be pretty fun as well. Okay, so catch you guys later.